Back in a building with another banger. Now first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I gotta go ahead and put together another special build for y'all. Now I'm gonna be calling this one the two-way playmaking sharpshooter, and it's gonna be coming out to a playmaking perimeter creator. Now, out of all NBA players, it's going to be reminding me of the GOAT, the best shooter of all time, the baby-faced assassin, Stephen Curry. Now, with this build today, when it comes to our attributes, we'll get a 99 plus put towards our three-pointer, mid-range shot, pass accuracy, ball handle, and our free throw with stamina. Now, we'll also get upgraded layup packages and all of the dribble animations. With that being said, we'll get a total of 47 badges. Now this is really the OG 3-point assassin build. You're going to get Stephen Curry comparisons, and this build is actually a really great two-way perimeter player. Very versatile offensively if the build is used towards Stephen Curry's strengths, and the defense is perfect to be able to guard on ball. Now the shooting is what really makes this build the most elite. So before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So what you want to go ahead and do to get started today is put this build under the point guard position. Now let's leave it at the height of 6'3", go with the weight of 170, and then for that wingspan, I decided to go ahead and put this to 6'6". Now everything is really optional when it comes to today's build, but as far as for these attributes, everything is going to be very important. So as for that finishing, let's go ahead and put that driving layup all the way up to a 72. As for the rest of this build, I promise you, very specific when it comes to today's attributes. So as for the close shot, leave this as is. Once we get into the actual physicals and the rest of the build, I promise you, you're going to see the true and full potential of what we can do. So as for that three-pointer, let's go ahead and put this all the way up to a 96. Getting into the mid-range, I'm going to go with an 84, and then for the free throw, put this all the way up to a 99. Now this already says Stephen Curry all over it. You're going to be able to shoot not only from the mid-range, but anywhere at ease from 3, especially deep range and half court. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So as for that pass accuracy, you definitely want to be sure to swing the ball, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way up to an 87. Getting into the ball handle, I'm going to go with a 92, and then for the speed with ball, I like this best at an 83. Now we're going to get all of the dribble animations unlocked just because of what we're doing based off the height as well as ball handle. Same thing goes for the speed with ball, very versatile on this end. Now getting into the defense, let's go ahead and put the perimeter up to a 71. Getting into the steal, I'm going to go with an 81, and this right here is what we're going to be able to do with this side of the floor. Now I promise you, definitely going to be one of the best builds at the perimeter on top. If you're guarding on ball, I think this is very important to at least have somewhat of your steal upgraded, because you're going to get badges like glove, silver interceptor, which does make a huge difference. Coming from this high powered offensive build, I think it's very surprising. And then you also get bronze right stick gripper. Now let's wrap everything up when it comes to our physicals. This is what makes the build very special as well. So go with the speed of an 80. As for the acceleration, I'm going to go with a 90. Getting into the actual vertical, I'm going to leave this at a 50 with a strength of a 97. Now this is what we're going to be looking like for this build. If you want to make any changes or adjustments, feel free to go ahead and do so. You will be left over with a few remaining attributes. I really think it's best to just go ahead and put these to any area of your choosing. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into the defensive rebound. And this is how our build is going to be looking like today. Very versatile, especially on the defensive end. And I say that because you'll be able to guard ball handlers at the top with ease at any time. So let's get started with these badges. So as you can see for the finishing based off what we have upgraded, you'll get silver Giant Slayer, bronze Slithery, Acrobat, then you get Bunny, Float Game, gold Pro Touch just from upgrading our driving layup to a 72. You also get gold whistle with silver scooper, gold spin cycle, and 2-step. Now look, for this build, I think it's definitely one of the best stats you can make because of how strong we are on the offensive side. Now I'm going to save the shooting badges for the end, best for last. But as you can see, one very important badge that I do like on this build, we get bronze bailout. Also going to get dimer, needle threader, touch passer. Then you get gold special delivery, gold break starter with relay passer. Now overall, I truly do think that this is one of the best builds to make, not only because of the offense, but if you want to be exactly and play like Stephen Curry. I think this build says it all, has his name all over it, and now when it comes to the ball handle, look, we're going to get badges like gold blow by, handles for days. You also get speed booster, unpluckable, ankle breaker with triple strike. Now you'll also get silver killer combos, which personally, I think is more than enough. Now for the speed with ball, a little bit more of the same. I think overall for this build, the fact that we do get all of the dribble animations really is going to set you apart from most point guards. Now to wrap everything up for the defensive end, we're going to get bronze ankle braces as well as challenger. Now you get silver off ball pass, like we mentioned earlier, glove, interceptor with right stick ripper. Overall, if you take into account on top of this, if you do buy your own boost, activate your takeover, and wear gear, you're going to get a bigger boost when it comes towards your attributes. Now when you do your Gatorade facility workouts, the +4 attributes does mean that you're going to get a +4 put towards your actual physicals. Now what are your thoughts and opinions on this build down below? Is there anything that you would possibly do to change or make it a little bit better? You get the upgraded layup packages, a lot of high powered badges for the finishing. Then on top of that, like I mentioned, the deadly shooting. The playmaking cannot get any better because we did get everything and more needed, especially for the animations. Now as far as for the defensive end, when running with the right teammates, I think that this is one of the best builds to use on any team. Now I want to thank every single one of you, and let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we made this build correctly. Now as y'all can see, we should be getting these 3 different comparisons, and together we have created the 2-way playmaking sharpshooter coming out to the playmaking perimeter creator. Now look, God bless every single one of you, and I just want to say thank the man above for another day and another opportunity. It really means the world that you all show your support every single day. Now look, if you add up everything of what I previously did mention, the gear, buying your boost, your takeover, as well as playing good throughout each game, you're going to get a huge boost towards this build, and a lot of these attributes are going to get to that 99 range. So look, before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.